Good morning, Rickey blog fans. It's time for another Rickey Report. I'm Alex Espinoza. Make sure to like and subscribe for more of these daily updates. Don't have too much to talk about today. Kind of a quiet day on the A's front yesterday, but they did lose 3-0 to the Astros. The funk continues. They're 2-9 in their past 11 since they won 6 in a row. Went on that little mini heater, reached 500. Who knows? Maybe that'll be their high water point for the season. And we'll never see them above 500 this year, but who knows? Well, I don't know. It's looking pretty rough right now. I mean, if the offense does score runs and the pitching gives up a bunch of runs, and if the pitching is decent, the batting does not come through like last night. Yeah, there was actually a really cool comeback story on the mound last night with Aaron Brooks. The 34-year-old came back to the mound for the first time since 2019, made a start in the big leagues. And A's fans might kind of recognize his name and his face and everything, and that's because he was on the A's for 3 different seasons, in 2015, 2018, 2019. From then he kind of bounced around. He was in Korea for a couple seasons, and he was with the Cardinals. Then last season he was with the Padres, but he didn't sniff the big leagues. So last night was his first start in the bigs since 2019, and he went 7 innings, and it was actually his longest start in MLB since 2015. So good on him. That was pretty cool. He literally got no support last night from the offense. They got shut out. But yeah, he won 7 innings, which is huge for this bullpen right now, which is pretty taxed, and they're looking for ways to get through this. And there's a lot of injuries on the rotation right now. So yeah, he went 7 innings, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. And after the game, he admitted to being nervous. Here's some post-game reaction via NBC Sports California.
Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, first inning just to get the jitters out, get back out there, wipe the dust off. But I think I did pretty well, keeping the team in the game, keeping us get a couple guys on, one pitch away from tying it up. So I think that's what we want to do as starters, is go out there and give our team a chance to win. And I think I did that. We came up short, and go get them tomorrow.
Shout out to Aaron Brooks. He did his job, and now he has a chance to be a major contributor in this rotation, because another pitcher has gone down with an injury before Wednesday's game. The A's announced that Alex Wood has been placed on the injured list with rotator cuff tendonitis. And we kind of saw this coming. He went to go visit a specialist a couple days ago, so we knew some news was coming down the pipe. I guess Wood was already dealing with some shoulder issue, and then he aggravated it his last start. So he's going to be put on ice for 10 to 14 days, and if you're a pitcher, that means you're out at least a month by best case scenario, if not longer. So the A's have had 3 starters go down on the past 9 days, land on the injured list. Yesterday it was Wood. On Monday it was Paul Blackburn, who landed on the IL with a stress fracture in his foot, and he'll be in a walking boot for 2 weeks, so he's going to be out for a while. And then Joe Boyle also landed on the IL on May 6th with a lower back strain. So as it stands right now, I think the A's only have like 4 people in the rotation. They're going to have to figure out a 5th guy. And Martin Gallegos of MLB.com reported that Osvaldo Bido could be that 5th candidate, which is they're already starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel here. I mean, getting 3 injuries to their opening day rotation that was already pretty thin. So right now they have J.P. Sears, Ross Stripling, Brooks, Joey Estes. So Brooks and Joey Estes were just called up, and they're going to have to find a 5th arm. So they had Brady Basso up here for a day. They kind of did him dirty. I feel kind of bad for him, honestly. This 26-year-old, he got called all the way from AA Midland. He's from a Houston suburb, so he's probably thinking, oh, I might make my debut in Houston in front of my friends and family. But they actually sent him back down without pitching yesterday, and he already made a start for the Aviators yesterday. So who knows, maybe Brady Basso will be back up here. And the A's also have another possible option with Luis Medina. He could be back, and he's eligible to return on May 27th from a right knee sprain, and he's currently in Las Vegas rehabbing. So these next 10 days, these next couple times through the rotation, it's going to be pretty thin. They're going to have to do some patchwork. Honestly, probably going to do some patchwork for the next month or maybe 6 weeks until Wood and Blackburn get back. Yeah, it could get pretty rough here for the A's. We'll see what happens. But also another thing that's not great is their offense is really struggling. I mean, honestly, they're 2-9 over their past 11 games. They're still averaging 5 runs a game over that cold streak, but last night was pretty rough. Framber Valdez was the Astros pitcher. He was absolutely dealing. He was super locked in, and He gave up 12 ground ball outs, only 1 fly ball out, and that's just an indication that the A's literally couldn't get the ball out of the infield against this guy. They only had 2 hits in 7 innings against Framber, and both of them, one of them was just an infield dribbler by J.D. Davis, and another one was a hard hit ball that got past Jose Altuve. The only ball that legitimately flew out of the infield was just a routine fly ball. So Framber was actually absolutely killing it. The player that I'm there's a lot of players struggling right now in the lineup, except for Brent Rooker. I think Rooker is pretty much the only guy who's kind of hitting right now. Everybody else, Soderstrom's doing pretty good too lately. And it seems like Kyle McCann always produces whenever he's in there, but everybody else is kind of slowing down. Tyler Nemeth had a hot start to the season. He's really been struggling since that 0 for 24. He also Tyler Nemeth had a brain fart yesterday. He thought there was 2 outs when there was only 1. He caught the ball and was casually running in, and the Astros scored their 3rd run. But yeah, nobody's really hitting right now too much. Abraham Toro's kind of cooled down after he had I think he had a really hot start to May, but even the past couple of days he's kind of cooled down a little bit. But he's still got, I think he might have the most hits in the month of May. So don't want to talk too bad about Abraham Toro. But Seth Brown is really who I'm kind of focused on. He seems like he's had a really steep decline the past couple of years. I mean, in 2020, we saw him hit 21, we saw him hit 20 dingers, 22. We saw him hit 25 dingers, and it's been kind of slowly creeping. His production's slowly been creeping down in the past couple of years since. And today he's only, now he's only hitting 179. He's got a 55 OPS. And he used to be a power threat, but now I just feel like he's not really much of a threat at all. He came up in the 8th inning in a big spot, and he grounded into a double play. And yeah, I don't know. I think on most teams he'd be a candidate to get DFA'd, but the A's, it's the A's. So they'll probably keep running him out there, left-handed bat. I was just looking to see how Stephen Piscotty's doing down in Las Vegas, see if maybe he could get called up. They also have a guy named Daz Cameron who's doing pretty good in AAA. But no, Piscotty's hitting 170, and I don't know if he'll ever come back to the big leagues. And yeah, Seth Brown really isn't doing it. I mean, Lawrence Butler just got sent down. I mean, J.J. Bleday's doing decent. Ricker's doing decent, but they don't have a shortstop right now. I mean, Zach Geloff's not hitting. J.D. Davis isn't hitting. I mean, the offense is looking pretty rough right now. So Brett Harris can't hit. He's great at defense, but he can't hit. So we got a lot of holes in this lineup right now. But what are you going to do? This is the Oakland A's we're talking about with their $62 million payroll. So another cool thing that happened this week is Josh Reddick, old A's. Yeah, he was a fan favorite, but especially during 2012 when he was with the A's. Josh Reddick, he's moonlighting on Houston radio. And I kind of just scrubbed through the Astros radio broadcast to see how he was. And honestly, I thought he was pretty quiet. He wasn't really saying too much. Here's his call of an early sac fly when Tyler Nevin kind of missed the one I was talking about with Tyler Nevin. Here's his early sac fly. Pretty chill reaction here from Reddick.
The 0-1. And Bregman lifts this one into right center field. Racing in Nevin. He gets there to make the catch. Tucker tags. He'll score without a throw. Sacrifice fly for Alex Bregman.
Love a good sac fly situation in the first. Start your day 0 for 0 with an RBI.
Hard to beat that.
Leads up to a great afternoon for him. A great night in the ballpark.
And here's like I said, I was just kind of scrubbing through quickly to see what he was saying. And I just caught this little, Reddick was happy to make a Happy Gilmore reference.
And Pena's going to walk over to the Astros on deck circle and put a little bit more of that glue stick on the handle.
That was almost a good Happy Gilmore reference right there. The club went further than the ball.
So it's all right, okay. All right, Red. We'll get there. And I thought it was really cool. I was reading this article from Brian McTaggart from MLB.com. Reddick made sure to show some love for Ray Fosse. Here's a quote that he had about it. He said, "He was one of the best guys. Not only one of the best guys, but one of the best guys that really enjoyed listening to. Just because he always had the players' backs before he worried about saying anything that would please the front office there." And he was saying how whenever Reddick would get a hit against lefties, Fosse would be able to say, "And he got that hit against the lefty," to kind of show him some love. Because, Reddick was trying to fight those platoon allegations. So, shout out to Red. Hope he's enjoying retirement. Seems like he's having a fun time. And last bit of news, we got some minor league thing. There was something interesting yesterday. I was looking through the box scores of the Aviators, And Jacob Wilson was hitting hitting second for the Aviators, but he was lifted after the top of the first inning. And so I'm not really sure what happened. And so I went back and I pulled up some video, and he made a play in the top of the first inning. It looks like it might have bounced off his left ankle or something like that, but I don't know. He looked all right. It didn't look too bad. He made the play, then he ran in. I mean, I don't know if I'm looking in too deep. Maybe he kind of jogged in a little slow or something, but I don't know. So he was pulled by the time he was supposed to hit in the bottom of the second. I'm thinking this is either one thing. Either he got injured or the A's are calling him up today to spark the offense or give him something, because they don't really have, they don't really have a shortstop. Max Schumann was playing there yesterday. Nick Allen's still in AAA. Daryl Hernandez looked really good at defense over there, but he just got hurt, so he's on the DL. He just got transferred to the 60-day DL, so he's going to be out a while. And another interesting thing was that the TV broadcast said on Sunday that Jacob Wilson had a hangnail and he was scratched late from the lineup. So I don't know if that was affecting him throwing. So maybe that's what happened here. He threw the ball and he got hurt. Who knows? Purely speculation right here. Maybe it hit his ankle and he hurt his ankle. I don't know. Pure speculation. No idea really what happened here. So we'll have to see what happened with Jacob Wilson. But he's putting up some crazy numbers. He's a number 6 overall pick last year. And he is hitting 438, 458. He's slashing 438, 458, 652. He's got an OPS over 1.1 across AA and AAA this season. And who knows, maybe the A's are just going to give him a shot, see if he can contribute, because, he's got to be better than Hernandez, Schumann, Allen, whatever they got going on at shortstop. So who knows, maybe we'll be on prospect watch these next few days. So, all right, thanks a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for another Rickey Report tomorrow.